So, Simone, what kind of challenge do you expect from the Penguins team?
Yeah, no, they're a good team. They have a lot of veterans. We know they're skilled. We know they can play. We just have to stick to our game here. We just let that game go yesterday against Washer. We just have to jump back and just win this one tonight.
What were some of the big takeaways from that game last night?
You know, it was a good game. You know, it was tight until the end. We just have to bear down on those chances that we had and not give them those a look. You know, like it was a tough bounce with the ref there. It's part of the game. We just have to just be more tight defensively, be more physical, and bring more pressure on their D.
What's the hardest thing about trying to defend Sidney Crosby?
He's been in the league for so long. Everybody knows who he is, right? Everybody knows how good he is. As a D-man standpoint, I think you just have to contain him, not give him those grade A chances, and be hard on him when you can.
Where do you feel your game's at right now?
Just always building on it. It's a long season, so you always try to improve yourself, try to improve your the areas that you have some difficulties in. And for me, I think I'm just trying to, like I said, build on what I'm doing good and just playing hard every night.
We all know what Chris Canev can do in a defending point of view, but what did you make of that pass he sent John?
No, that was a really quick heads up play. You know, like that's a good pass. Tanny's a great player. I know everybody praise him for his defensive abilities, but he also has some offensive abilities, and that was just one of those good passes that he can make.
What have you learned about guys like Meyer and Rafai at the time that they've been?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What have you learned about guys like Phil Myers and Martian Rafai in the time that they've been together?
I mean, those two guys work really hard. I know Marsh. I trained with Marsh during the summers. He works really, really hard. He's an example that he's been working really hard to be where he is right now. I'm sure he'll get another chance to play this season eventually. He's on the ice, first on the ice, the last one to get out. It's just like work ethics.
Yeah, just on defending Crosby, does it ever get old for you, the opportunity to go up against players that you would have watched considerably growing up?
No, it's always fun. As a D-man, it's always fun to play against those players. It just gives a challenge, right? My goal is not to let him score, not to let him through. So playing against him, it's always fun. I wouldn't say it gets old. It's just always fun. That's why we play hockey, right? It's all about the game.
What have you learned about managing your body on back-to-backs and the challenge of back-to-backs the more that you've been in the league?
I mean, in my type of game, I can't really manage my body. I'm going hard every single shift, so it's just playing with the tiredness, I guess. We still get our rest, we get to the hotel, we sleep, no morning skates, we just rest until tonight. And when you get out there, you just leave everything on the table, right? Well, we don't play until 4 days from now, so it's just going to be a grind, but it's part of the game, part of hockey.
Connor, what stands out about the Pittsburgh Penguins? Shout to the percent.
Everyone knows they're core guys and how special they are, so it's always a challenge coming here.
Now that you've had a solid run of 10 games here, how do you feel your game is right now?
I still think I'm working on it. I think it's coming back slowly, and it's still a long recovery for me. It's not just a 6-month thing with the shoulder, so it's a work in progress every day.
What's the biggest challenge with that? Is it just maintaining it, strengthening, or is it the conditioning of just playing hockey again when you're just kind of?
It's kind of all those thrown into one. It's every day work on your shoulder. You're strengthening the mobility of it, and then at the same time trying to worry about playing hockey. So
what stands out about someone like Nikita Grabenkin in the times that you've gotten to play with?
He's fast, he's strong on the puck, and he plays physical, so he's easy to play with.
What's the biggest thing that stood out to you about Greg Berube playing under him?
He's pretty direct. His message is very clear, and you know what he wants from you, so it's been pretty easy.
Do you think his system suits your style of hockey well?
I think it fits any hockey player's style of hockey, really. It's just a direct, easy thing, and you know what he wants from you.
What do you make of tonight's opponent and the chance to go against Sidney Crosby in particular?
It's cool. It's something you look at when you're done playing and say, I got to play against Sid. So it's always special.
Max Pacioretty's in tonight?
He'll be in tonight, yes.
Yeah. What are you looking to see from him after a long
Just when he left off. Well, He's been working and skating, so just his physical play and forechecking and heavy on the puck in the offensive zone, big body, and he's a guy that gets to the net and uses his shot.
What did you like about his play before he got hurt? It looked like he had a mix there with Tavares.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sure he'll play there tonight, but like I said, I mean, he's just a heavy player, and he's strong on pucks and physical, and he's got good skill. He's got a good shot.
Who comes out?
Gerbankin will be out.
What's looking over at the tape? What was the message coming out of just looking at what happened last night?
I thought that, like I said last night, I think they controlled the puck and play more than we did, more than anything. I think we defended well, and that's great, but I didn't feel we checked very well in the game. There's a difference for me. We spent too much time in our end and not enough time in their end. That's what the game boiled down to me.
How do you feel about the 5-forward power play now that's had a bit of a run?
Well, they had some great looks again. Last night we just didn't finish. I think they've had looks and they've scored, but so far it's been good for me.
Generally, over the last 7 games outside of maybe yesterday, you've been generally pleased with the stretch that the team has?
I have been pleased. I think that, we have to get back to establishing our forecheck better and playing longer in the offensive zone. I think it's dropped lately, and you're gonna go through ups and downs throughout the season. But that's one area where we got to get back to. That's been our strength this year, in my opinion.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about coaching guys through a back-to-back in your time in the league?
Well, in back-to-backs, like I said, it depends. The other day I said it depends on, the game the night before and the travel and all that kind of goes into it. But, you have to manage things in back-to-backs, you have to get your feet under you. And the first period's a key for me. They're crucial in the first period is, doing things smart, doing things right, managing the puck, good line changes, getting pucks deep, not trying to force things, not trying to go out there and win the game in the first period. Just be smart and get your legs under you.
Any changes on defense?
No changes on defense.
Are Max Domi and Jake McCabe traveling with the team on this trip?
I'm not sure yet. They're not with us right now. There's a chance they could come tomorrow into the New York area, and we'll see.
What's the key to stopping guys like Sidney Crosby? How do you?
Well, I mean, you got to have numbers around them. Like, they're very good players, and they come with a lot of speed. So picking up the speed if you can early on and take them away as much as you can. Taking time and space away from them, that's big for me, especially in the neutral zone and stuff, is picking them up, trying to take time and space away from them, deny them the puck as much as you can, try to frustrate them.